Hi petals, welcome back to our channel, or welcome if you are new here. I'm Aura and I hope that you are doing really well today. So today, my loves, we do have another pick a card reading, and this reading will be about messages from your higher self. So we will be diving deep to tune into your higher self and find out messages that your higher self wants to bring through for you right now, messages that your higher self feels that you need to hear and that you need to know, and also bringing through guidance for your current situation and moving on forward into your near future as well. Please remember, my loves, that all these readings are general, so only take what resonates for you. Roles can always be flipped and reversed, and I encourage you to use your own intuition to fit the messages to your own personal situation. So I just want to say a huge thank you for all of your wonderful comments. I always enjoy seeing how these readings resonate for you, and of course a huge thank you for all of your likes, your subscribes, your tips and your donations. Your support for our channel is so appreciated, and I really thank you from the bottom of my heart. So without further ado today, my loves, we do have 3 groups or options to choose from. For group number 1, we have this beautiful Atlantisite crystal. For group number 2, we have this beautiful amethyst. And for group number 3, we have this gorgeous sunshine aura quartz crystal. Okay, my love, so please pick a pile that you feel intuitively drawn to. You may find that you feel called to more than one group or crystal, and that's completely fine to watch more than one. That just means that there may be more messages spread throughout those piles for you. So without further ado, let's get into these readings today. I am really excited. I know that these are going to be incredibly powerful messages that you really need to hear right now, so I'm really looking forward to this. The timestamps will be in the description box and in the pinned comment as always, so just tap on those timestamps and it will take you right to your reading. If you do need more time to choose, just pause this reading right here and just tap into your intuition and just feel the piles, feel the energy, and just go to the reading that you do feel called to. If for whatever reason you're finding that it's just not resonating for you, that's okay. Feel free to pick another pile. So let's get stuck into these messages today, and I shall see you at your selected group. Hi group 1, welcome to your reading if you selected this beautiful Atlantisite crystal. This is your reading today for messages from your higher self. So I have already shuffled and pulled some oracle cards for you off camera that we will be exploring together in a moment, and then we will bring out the tarot at the second half of your reading to bring through any more messages from your higher self that your higher self wants you to really know right now, wants you to hear, and also bring through any guidance for a current situation and also your movements going forward as well. Before we start your reading and get stuck in today, because I do really just want to get stuck in and see what messages want to come through, I am being called to pull an overall message from your higher self from these empowerment cards here. Let's see an overall message for group number 1's higher self. An overall message from the higher self of group number 1. A collective higher self for group number 1. Okay, so you've got 2 come through here. We've got your potential is endless. And we have make them stop and stare. Okay, so your higher self, group 1, is really wanting you to realize how much potential you have. You may have I'm being told put a cap on your potential, so I feel like you may have a thought, an idea of your potential and how far it stretches, but your higher self is wanting you to see beyond that. They want you to not put a cap on your potential, because your potential is ever growing and it is ever more, is what I am hearing. Yeah, you basically are incredibly you have a lot of wisdom, I'm hearing, within you, and a lot of potential to achieve greatness and a lot greater things than you may have put expectations on yourself, if that makes sense. Your higher self is wanting you to step out of your comfort zone as well, I'm hearing here, with this make them stop and stare. You might be feeling like you might be someone who doesn't want people's attention. You don't necessarily want to walk into a room and for everyone to be looking at you, but your higher self is wanting you to do that in some area of your life. Your higher self is wanting you to get other people's attention. Your higher self is wanting you to trigger reactions from other people, and to make them realize your potential as well, and to make them see the true amazing soul that you are. And also in turn, when they are triggered by you and your magnificence and your potential here, it also triggers them to step into their own potential and to be their best version of their best self. And then that goes on to a next person and so on. So it's like we're all kind of like triggering each other, I'm hearing, to be the best version of ourselves and always stepping up and into our high potential. And that, in the whole scheme of things, makes a better society. It makes it's a lot more progressive for the universe. It's a lot more progressive for the earth, humans as a whole, is something that I'm hearing. Yeah, so that's some really interesting messages there coming through for you to start your reading. But let's get into your oracle cards now and see what messages your higher self has for you in this moment. So the first card we have here is the Uncharted Sea. Wow, absolutely beautifully powerful card coming through there. That's the number 46. The number 46 might be relevant for you. The number 10, also 10 does talk about completions as well. So I do feel like you've come to some sort of possibly dead end within something in your life, so to speak. It's almost like something has been completed and you might be feeling, where next? Where do I go now? Or you might just be unsure about what moves to make or what steps to take or what direction to go in. But this card does talk about breaking out of your comfort zone. So your higher self is really craving right now and is really encouraging you to do something different, to set on a new direction, to explore something different. So this could be more exploration of yourself, more exploration of your soul, you know, your soul history, your soul lineage, where you came from, I'm hearing as well. But it's also exploring, you know, your talents, your gifts, your potential as well, what it is in this life that you want to create for yourself. It's asking you to step out of the boundaries and the borderlines that you might have enclosed yourself in. I'm seeing now someone inside a pen, and it's like your higher self is wanting you to break free from any limitations, any pen that you might have put yourself in. We all get to that place in life where, you know, we have our comfort zone, and, you know, I'm so guilty of this myself, you know, of really being comfortable in our comfort zone and not really wanting to rock the boat, not really wanting to step out, because, you know, things change, and like change is uncertain and changes can be scary, you know. And I can totally relate to that. And I had to do a lot of work on myself to break out of my comfort zone. For example, a major example is doing this YouTube channel. Like, that is so much out of my comfort zone. If you would have said to me even 2 years ago that I would be making my own channel, I'd say, no, you're crazy. Like, I couldn't do that. That's not, you know, what I'm supposed to do. But actually, I learned along my journey and my discovery of diving deep into myself and my soul that this is exactly what I'm supposed to do. And my higher self really pushed me, and obviously my spirit guides as well, to make this channel. And so I took that leap of faith. I dived into the unknown. And I'll be honest when I say that, yes, it was scary. I didn't really understand what exactly I was doing, how to do things. Obviously, I'd done a lot of studying of like my gifts, spiritual gifts, and learning tarot and learning how to channel and clearing, my channels so that I could be a channel for divine messages. And it was more than that. I had to then, once I was doing that, I had to then build up the confidence in myself to take that leap of faith, to get out of my comfort zone, to follow the uncharted sea, and to do something different. And it has really been an amazing journey, and I'm really so glad I did it. And that is a strong message coming through from your higher self. We then have the Priestess card coming through here. Wow. How are you being called to step up and lead? Exactly. I do feel like this is kind of like my pile in a way. I never normally pick piles for myself, but I'm really relating to this pile so far. Your higher self is asking you to step up and into a leadership role, to really take charge of something, to really show people your power, to really show people how capable you are and how much potential you have. Your higher self wants people to see you. Your higher self wants people to be seen. You are meant to be seen. You are meant to be heard. And I do say heard, and I'm drawn to all the blue in the Uncharted Sea card. So I do feel like your higher self is asking you to work on your throat chakra, your communication centers here. Let yourself be heard. You might be afraid of being heard. Maybe in life you've been silenced. You might have faced ridicule in some ways, and that might have lacked your confidence with speaking. And speaking your truth is a message that is coming through. But your higher self is really wanting you to tune in with yourself, find out where your soul is wanting you to step up, and to follow it. Follow the calling is a message that is coming through. You are incredibly powerful, and you, like I was saying with the Priestess card here, again, this wisdom is coming through. You do have a lot of wisdom to share with the world, and I do feel like this is coming a lot from past and previous lives as well. Interesting. We then have break free. Try different ventures and experiences as a way to grow and learn. Yes, very clear message coming through here. Your higher self is really wanting you to switch things up, to do something different, to break free from that pen. Do you remember me saying I was seeing you inside a pen? And it's like breaking free from that, taking a step outside of your comfort zone and doing something different. Thrill seeking is a message that is coming through here. I do feel like you do have an inner yearning or an inner calling, or like a craving, so to speak, of doing something, and you just might be thinking, oh no, I couldn't do that, or oh, I don't have the resources, or whatever it is. Your higher self wants you to stop making excuses as something that is coming through here, and just go for it. You don't have to have all the right equipment. You don't have to have all of the knowledge yet. Just take a step out and just really, go for it, and you will learn things along the way. And also, I'm being told along the way you will unlock all the wisdom and all the knowledge and all of the resources that you need, just by making steps, just by taking that leap of faith, just by stepping out of your comfort zone. You are going to unlock things within you, and it is going to become a lot more clearer along the way. Yeah, I do feel like your higher self wants you to have more experiences as well, and not be afraid to do something different, not be afraid of doing something that you wouldn't normally do, because you are learning lessons and you are growing and evolving, and our higher self wants nothing more than to do that. We then have death and rebirth coming through, darkness to light. The number 19 might be relevant to you, or again, the number 10 here is coming through. So I do feel like your higher self is wanting you to wrap things up in some areas of your life. Your higher self is wanting you to complete some cycles, is a message coming through here, is to tie up any loose ends and not let anything drag on longer than it should. So this could be a relationship, a connection, a job, a way of living, a habit. I heard the word codependency for some reason come through, so that's a message for some of you there. Yeah, your higher self is wanting you to really complete something here, because you are now being called to go on a new journey. You're now being called to do something different, to switch things up in some way. And with the death and rebirth, it does talk about an ending of something. Something needs to end here. It could even literally be something as simple as a way of thinking, a mindset, holding yourself back in some way, telling yourself a lie, telling yourself a limiting belief. And it's also talking about transmuting darkness to light, and I feel that you are incredibly capable of doing that, and I feel that that's something that you have done all through your life. You know, you have taken negative things, bad things, dark things, traumatic things even, and you have been able to turn that back into light. You have been able to transmute that pain, transmute that challenge and any, you know, lower energies, and transmute it into something positive. And your higher self wants to commend you for that, and to not stop doing that, to not stop being the light in the dark, is a message that is coming through. I do feel like people look up to you, and you are meant to lead in a way that brings forward light to others, brings forward light to the universe, light to the planet, to help guide people in times of darkness. And we do need that so much right now, because obviously there is a lot of darkness going on in the world, and a lot of people who do feel lost and, you know, are looking for someone not to save them. That is something that we should never do, because it quite frankly, it's not possible to save someone else. But, you know, your higher self is calling you to, you know, step up and lead and guide and bring guidance so that other people can help themselves, because ultimately that is the goal here. We then have a change in the winds coming through there. Yeah, your higher self really wants something to change up here. There really does need to be a change. Something is changing. I'm hearing your higher self wants to make this change as comfortable as possible for you, okay? And I do feel like this change is inevitable no matter what you do. So it's like you can choose to take this change yourself, to embrace it, you know, to really step into this change and this calling, and step into this uncharted sea. And even if you don't know where you're going, it's okay, you're not supposed to. You just follow your inner compass, and like I was saying, you will unlock things within you along the way. You will unlock your inner guidance, your inner compass. And I do feel like if you don't make this change yourself, I do feel like the universe is going to do it for you. So that when the universe does do that for us, if we are really clinging on to something, we don't want something to change, or we're too scared, or we're too nervous, or, you know, not confident, or whatever the reason, the universe can do it for us, and it's not always that pleasant. But either way, if the universe does do it for us, that's fine. You're going to be fine. You're going to be safe. You are always safe. Your higher self knows exactly what your mission is, what you agreed to do, and what you chose to do in this life. And you're always going to be safe, whether the universe gives you a tower moment or not. You know, a tower moments can be great, because we do ultimately learn so much, you know, even if it does shake things up at the time, even if things, you know, can be shocking. Ultimately, we do learn lessons, and here is a way to grow and learn, and that is something that our soul and our higher self is always wanting for us. We then have the Bobcat Spirit. Life is a mystery. Exactly. Your higher self is wanting you to trust the mystery here. Like I was saying, you don't have to understand the direction at all times. Yeah, so just trust where your inner compass is leading you. Trust that your higher self will always be there to guide you, will always be there to catch you if you fall. And just let this change happen. Let the sea flow here. Let you step into this leadership position and follow your inner calling. And don't be worried about trying different ventures or experiences. Remember that death and rebirth is a very it's just a way of life. It's just we are all experiencing deaths and rebirths constantly, and that doesn't mean literal deaths. It just means the death is like an ending of something. So the ending of a job, the ending of a friendship, the ending of a relationship, the ending of the way we think about something, the ending of an attitude. The ending of our old self as well, because we do, as we go through our lives, we are here to evolve. And I'm seeing a butterfly now, and a caterpillar in a cocoon going into a butterfly, and it's like the butterfly has to go through a death and a rebirth to become the butterfly, to become a completely different creature in a way. And that is what we do as well, and that is what your higher self is really calling you forward to do at this stage. So let's get into the tarot now and bring through some more messages and guidance for you and your current situation or your situation going forward. We are using the Muse Tarot today. Let's see. Group number 1, please. Higher self messages. What do you want group number 1 to know? What guidance do you have for group number 1? Thank you. We have the 3 of Voices coming through there, which is also the 3 of Swords. Thank you. We have the 5 of Materials, which is the 5 of Pentacles. That wanted to fall out. We have the Page of Voices, the Page of Swords. We have the Chariot. We have the Empress. Beautiful. And we also have the 8 of Voices coming through there as well, the 8 of Swords. Yeah, this just making so much sense. Do you remember me saying here about transmuting darkness to light? I mean, if we just look at these 3 cards here, they are very dark cards, and that is very unusual for this tarot deck, because this tarot deck is very colourful. Most of the cards are very much like these 3 cards here. So there's definitely your higher self wants you to break through and overcome something here that has really hurt you and disappointed you with this 3 of Voices and 5 of Materials. I do feel like you have definitely been through a very dark period, a very tough cycle, but that is time to end now. It's time to break free from any sadness, any feelings of not being good enough, any feelings of being left out in the cold and not being capable, because your potential is endless. Don't forget how much potential you truly have and what it is that you are capable of. Here with the 8 of Voices, you're definitely holding yourself back from something, and I'm really struggling with my throat chakra all through this reading. You might be able to tell, especially with the new microphone, it might be picking it up. It's quite shaky, and I'm struggling to get words out. It's quite croaky as well. So remember me saying about the throat chakra right at the beginning here. I do feel like there's things that you are holding on to. There might be words that you are holding on to, feelings that you are holding on to. I do feel like maybe someone has hurt you or something has hurt you very deeply here. And I do feel like you are holding back from communication in some way with something or someone in your life. And this could even be communication with yourself here with this 8 of Voices. You know, keeping yourself in a full sense of entrapment here. You are not trapped. You are not as stuck as you might think you are. You are completely capable of breaking free and being free and following your goals and following your inner call here. You are really, really capable of this. And with the Page of Voices here, the Page of Swords, you're really being asked to be truthful about something here, and I do feel like this could even be being truthful with yourself. Now, our higher self does not mince the words. You know, our higher self, although our higher self does love us very deeply, you know, there's this kind of like tough love energy I'm getting here, and your higher self is being quite tough love with you here, really wanting you to be honest with something, honest with yourself, honest with the people around you if anyone is holding you back. And I do feel for a lot of you it's yourself, to be honest with you, holding you back here. And that's okay. We've all been there. I've been there a million times. We're all human. But your higher self is calling you to break free with this Chariot card, to move forward with determination. You have that strength and determination within you, and you are going to be stepping into an arena of confidence and an energy of confidence. You will find your inner confidence. And I do feel for some of you, you are on that journey already, and you are building up your confidence, and it is working, and you are going to be able to achieve things that you didn't think that you could achieve. And your higher self is encouraging you to follow your ambitions here. I do feel like you are supposed to lead a crowd. If we see here on this Chariot card, see all those horses there, and there's then that one person there right in the middle, and it's like you are being called to lead, to follow a crowd. I do feel like you are someone who is supposed to be front and center. You are someone who is supposed to guide, someone who is supposed to lead in some sort of way. Just take it how it resonates for you and your personal situation. But with the Empress card here, you are an incredibly beautiful and powerful soul, an incredibly beautiful and powerful person. The Empress card is someone who embodies all of the queens in the tarot, and whether you are male, female, or whatever you identify as, it really doesn't matter. This is just energy coming through here. The Empress is incredibly powerful, and you have the whole universe within you, and you are capable of achieving so much. And I do feel like there's something that you are working on, something that you are aiming towards, something that you really want to achieve deep down, and your higher self wants you to know that you are more than capable of achieving that. I've just looked at the bottom of the deck, and we do have the Hierophant card coming through there. And the Hierophant card, it can be a card of leadership, of being a mentor. So I do feel for some of you, even you might even be being called to be some sort of spiritual mentor, some sort of spiritual guide. Some of you, you might even be stepping into that now, or wondering how you can do it. Your higher self is saying that you're going to be given something here with the Six of Materials. There's going to be an offer coming your way, some sort of help that is going to be able to help you step into this. Also, don't be afraid to ask for help from other people as well. Ask for other people's guidance here. Yeah, the Ace of Wands, the Ace of Inspiration. There's definitely a new, exciting, passionate beginning and start coming through for you. As long as you take that leap of faith, as long as you step out of your comfort zone and follow your inner compass and your inner calling. So thank you so much for tuning in today, Group 1. I really hope that these messages from your higher self have brought you some guidance, and I do apologize about my voice. I don't know what's going on with your throat chakra, but there's definitely some work that needs to be done there, Group 1. So thank you again so much for tuning in. Please give this reading a big thumbs up and hit subscribe. It really helps out the channel, and we would love to have you join this beautiful, growing community and family. Also, if you do feel called to book a personal and private reading with me, you can find out all the information in the description box. So thank you again. Please let me know how these readings resonate for you. I always love to catch up with you. Take care of your lovely self. See you in our next reading. Bye. Hi, Group 2. Welcome to your reading. If you selected this beautiful amethyst crystal, this is your reading for messages from your higher self. So I have already shuffled and pulled some oracle cards for you off camera, Group 2, that we will be discovering together in a moment. And with the second half of your reading, I will of course be bringing out the tarot to get any further messages of guidance and channeling messages from your higher self for your current situation or situations going forward as well. But I am being called to start with an empowerment card here for an overall message from your higher self that your higher self really wants you to know right now. I have to say that pile 1, there was something funky going on with their throat chakra big time. So hopefully you guys are okay in that area, because it wasn't fun like trying to communicate their reading, like my throat chakra just kept clogging up. But yeah, let's see. A message from group 2's higher self, the collective higher self message for group 2, please. What do you want them to know? What do you want them to know? Let's take that flipped over. We have, when someone says you can't do it twice and take pictures. I absolutely love that card. I think it's awesome. So basically your higher self is wanting you to give a middle finger to people who say that you can't do something, or people who make you feel like you are not good enough or you are not capable. I'm getting the energy coming through of like a boss or some sort of higher up person within a job who may be looking down on you. It could even be a family member for some of you, a parent for some of you. Maybe this is something that you have experienced through your life, and it may have somehow dented your confidence in some way, but your higher self is saying that you are more than capable, so go and prove them wrong. So anyone who says that you can't do something, you couldn't be capable of that, do you think you could really do that? I've had that myself before, and you know, look at me now doing my own YouTube channel. They would have, like, there's some people in my life that would think, what, you couldn't do that? And it's like, well, I'm doing it, so you know. So yeah, it's like that. Your higher self is coming through in quite a stern but funny, like, because the middle finger is a message that came through. So I do feel like you who have selected group 2 have got a good personality, a good sense of humor coming through here. But yeah, when someone says you can't do it twice and take pictures, okay? Just remember that you are capable. So let's dive into your oracle cards. We're just going to go straight into the readings today. So the first card you have is Tender Embrace, and that's the number 22 coming through there. So you may see the number 222 or 2222 a lot. That's a synchronicity here that they're drawing my attention to. But with the Tender Embrace card, what this card talks about is being more sensitive, kind, empathetic, especially to yourself. So it can talk about, you know, giving out energy to the world that we want to receive, we want to see. So if we are seeing a lot of negativity in the world, a lot of people who you know, are not being very kind or very caring. It could just be people that you pass at the supermarket, you know, letting someone through a doorway, something like that. Your higher self is encouraging you to make those steps, and then you shall receive more of that in return. So it's like giving out what you want to receive. And this card can also talk about making sure that you're not overdoing too much for others, that you are neglecting yourself in some way. So I do feel like you might potentially be someone who likes to help others, or you might be an overgiver or an overdoer in some area or in some relationship in your life, because I am getting a strong connection feeling here. So it doesn't have to be romantic. It can be a connection, romantic, or even a friendship or a family connection. I'm hearing sibling, brother, sister, something like that, you know, within a connection here. Just be mindful about you know, how much you're giving to a connection, and making sure that you're receiving that back in return. So not over giving to the point where you exhaust yourself, or you don't have enough energy or resources left for yourself after giving to someone else. It's making sure that you have that balance here, especially with the number 2222. It's like it's really talking to me of balance, you know, making sure that you've got a balance with your give and take, so that you're not giving too much, you're not taking too much. You know, that's a really important message that your higher self is wanting to come through here. I do feel strongly for the majority of you though, that it is you're giving too much, you're doing too much, rather than you're taking too much. Yeah, I do feel like that strongly coming through. Let's see what else we have. We have boundaries. Yes. Where do you need to establish better boundaries? Exactly. That makes a lot of sense. I do feel like there might be someone around you in your circle, a connection that may be taking too much from you, taking too much time, taking too much energy, maybe taking too much of your money, too much of your kindness, too much of your advice, just something taking too much. And it's like your higher self is really wanting you to set boundaries with this person, or with a group of people here as well, because I'm seeing all these hands, and it's like all these hands are wanting to get to this one person in the middle. So you might have a lot of people after your attention, a lot of people vying for your time, your energy in some way. You may be someone who this is only going to resonate to a select few of you, but you may have a platform online, for example, or you know, you might be in a position of power in some way, and it's like there's a lot of people who look up to you and are trying to get you to notice them and get your energy. And I feel like they might be kind of clinging onto you energetically without you necessarily even realizing. So make sure, this is a message coming through here, make sure that you are calling your energy back to you, okay? That is something that is really important. Call your energy back to you at the end of the day. You know, if you've had a busy day, you've gone out, or even if you haven't, again, social media can be really energetically draining. Just scrolling through Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, it can really actually take your energy. So make sure, especially if you're a content creator, is something I wanted to add. So make sure that you are cleansing your energy, you're calling your energy back, you're setting boundaries, you know, you're not over giving to people, you're not over giving answers to people. You know, people might be coming to you for answers, guidance. You know, put those boundaries in. You can be soft, you can be kind, but have limits, you know, and be discerning with people who are genuine and who are respectful of your time and your guidance and your encouragement and your motivation and your experience and your wisdom. And those are people who are wanting to take and don't really respect it. They respect, you know, your words, your wisdom, but they don't respect you or your time or your energy. So that is a strong message coming through here. We also have protection. You, your loved ones, and your possessions are safe and protected by heaven. Okay, so you have a strong protection here. I do feel like you are heavily protected from energies around you at this point. So if you have been feeling worried about that or nervous about that, don't worry, because you are protected here. Your higher self is letting me know that you do have a strong team of protection around you, or some sort of guardian or protector that is around you, that is helping to conserve your energy here, that is helping to block any unwanted advancements for people, for your energy or your time or whatever, because time is energy, money is energy, everything is energy. And you know, so it falls under an umbrella of all sorts of different things. So yeah, this is just confirmation here and reassurance from your higher self that you are safe, your loved ones are safe. Okay, we then have clairvoyance. Wow, amazing. And that says inspiration, interpretation, and trust. Okay, so yeah, the number 35 is coming through here. That might be significant for you, or the number 8 might be significant. You might be a life path 8 is something I am hearing. But yeah, clairvoyance is coming through here. So I do feel like, especially here because you selected the amethyst, is really interesting, because the amethyst can talk about psychic gifts, psychic development, psychic intuition, you know, all that kind of stuff. And we do have clairvoyance come through here. So I do feel, you know, you have a gift that, you know, others can see. And although they might not label you as being clairvoyant, for some of you, they do, you know, for some of you, you might literally label yourself as clairvoyant, but others, you know, they can see that you have this knowledge, that you have this almost like inner sight to what other people can't see, and it's like they really want to get information from you and get guidance from you or something here. That is something that is strongly coming through here, and they're drawing the attention to the veil that is covering the head there, and it's almost like protecting your crown chakra. And I know when we channel as channelers, it can be a really good thing to protect your crown chakra and protect that area, you know, because there's so much energy and downloads that come in, you know. And if you are very open to that, if you are clairvoyant and very intuitively perceptive and, you know, psychically open, you know, other people can unknowingly and subconsciously dump onto you, and it's going straight into your crown. So I do feel here like there's some sort of protection that is needed around your crown area here. So wearing some sort of hat or hood, or even like a veil, like a wrap, a head wrap or something. If you are a spiritual worker, you know, you do divination or you channel in any way, yeah, wearing some sort of head wrap would be really really beneficial for you. And they're actually drawing me to the gold jewelry here, which is very interesting. Let me see closer. Yeah, can we see here they've got, this person has got like a gold band there and a gold necklace. There's something about the colour gold coming through here. If you are a channeler, the colour gold will be very, very beneficial for you to use and get more downloads. So gold jewelry, just gold paint, gold nail varnish, you know, something like that. We then also have time to go. That is number 45, or the number 9 might be significant. Time to go. Yeah, your higher self is encouraging you to move away from something. There's something in your life that has run its course, that has come to an end in some way, a natural ending, and your higher self is calling you to move on from something here. So take that however it resonates for you. It could be a job, you know, a person, a connection, or it could even be holding on to something, even a resentment or something like that. You know, it's going to be different for all of you. I do feel like there's some sort of celebration coming up though, that this is reminding me, this bunting is reminding me of like a celebration. And all these stars here, yeah, it's like there's something magical that is opening up for you, and your higher self is leading you on a magical detour is what I am hearing. So be open to any changes, be open to any shifts in direction. I do feel like something is going to shift. I do feel like there's a shift coming up somewhere, and your higher self is telling you that it's okay. You're going to be okay. You know, just go with it. Follow your heart. Follow your soul. You are protected. Okay. You know, follow your inner guidance, your intuition. Yeah, let's see. We do have the otter spirit coming through there. You are never alone, and it's really interesting how we have 2 otters there cuddling in the shape of a heart, and we've got 2 elephants connecting there. So there's 2 cards here in a loving, tender embrace. So there's definitely something to do strongly with a connection here coming through. And it's like if you have been worried about a connection, your higher self is wanting you to know that it's going to be okay, that healing can take place here with this heart. There's some healing that is taking place here. And your higher self wants you to know that although along our journey we do have connections that fall away, that is because they were meant to fall away. They were connections that were not meant to stay in our life forever. They were here to teach us a lesson, to take us in a certain direction. And then we're meant to move on. But then there are other connections that, you know, are meant to be there for the long haul, that are meant to be there for the long run. So there's something here that is protected. I do feel like there's some sort of connection around you that is very protected right now. And your higher self wants you to know that if you ever feel alone, or if you're feeling alone right now, that is just an illusion. Because even if you don't have, you know, you feel like you might not have a connection, or you might not have, you know, that other half, so to speak, that other match for you. You might not be in you might be struggling in romantic connections or something like that. You might be feeling like you haven't found the one, or you haven't, for some of you, even like you haven't got a best friend even, and you struggle with friendships. You know, it's going to be different for everyone. But your spirit guide, your higher self is letting you know that you have a team with you that you can't see, a team of spirit guides, you know, a team of angels, even ancestors and passed on loved ones that are around you, that are helping to guide you, and are also helping to bring in a special connection for you as well. So please don't ever feel like you are alone, is a message that is coming through for you strongly. But let's get into the tarot and see what other messages want to be brought through for you. Okay, so we're going to be using the Muse Tarot today. And I have just cut the deck to Awakening, which is the Judgment card, and also the Nine of Materials, which is the Nine of Pentacles as well. So yeah, there's definitely something, a transition here. The Judgment card can talk about letting go of the old and making way for the new here, which makes sense with that Time to Go card. It's like your higher self is encouraging you to move on in some area of your life, to take a transition into something, and your higher self is wanting you to know that that is something that is coming up for you. Okay, there is going to be some sort of shift. Do you remember me saying about shift? There's going to be some sort of shift and change and transition, but it is divinely guided here, and it is divinely protected with the Judgment card. And you do have guides and angels around you who are wanting to help you in this change, and it is going to be for your greater benefit here, because the Nine of Materials, the Nine of Pentacles, is a very self-sufficient card in terms of prosperity and abundance and finances, and, you know, just being independent and being able to create things for yourself here, being very self-sufficient, like I said. And it also talks about prosperity gained through hard work as well. So whatever it is that you've been working hard at, expect that to pay off, and expect there to be some sort of I'm hearing like an illumination of something within a career field, within a financial field, an illumination, got tongue-tied, of finances in some way. I feel like you might get an unexpected influx, or you might receive a job that pays better than you expected, or if you are freelance, self-employed, have your own business, you secure a client that is willing to pay you a lot of money. Messages of guidance for group number 2, please, from the higher self. What do they need to know? What do they need to know? Group number 2. Thank you. So we have the 8 of Inspiration, which is the 8 of Wands, and we have the 6 of Voices, which is the 6 of Swords. Thank you. Card just flipped over. Beautiful. We have the Page of Inspiration, Page of Wands. Oh, a gorgeous black cat there. I love it. A black cat might be significant. You might have a black cat, or you might start to see black cats. Thank you. We have the 7 of Inspiration, the 7 of Wands. And we have the Knight of Inspiration. Gosh, there's so much wand energy here. So much passion, so much excitement. so much enthusiasm. We do have the Seven of Voices on the bottom of the deck, also known as the Seven of Swords, coming through. Okay, interesting. Right. So your higher self is wanting you to know that things are going to be stepping up and moving forward quite rapidly here. With the Eight of Inspiration, there's definitely a movement forward here. There's something shifting very fast. So you might find that, you know, it might take you off guard a little bit, but you're being asked to trust here and remember that you are protected at all times. The Six of Voices, it talks about going on a journey, it can talk about travel. So I do feel like, you know, you are progressing and moving forward. Definitely you're taking huge leaps forward with the Eight of Inspiration and the Six of Voices. Something is transitioning, something is moving on here. So you're being encouraged to follow your inspirations. You're going to be getting a lot of inspired ideas and a lot of inspired downloads here with this clairvoyance card, the Crown. A lot of inspired energies coming through here. And you're being asked to follow your ideas, you know. There's some good news that is coming your way as well. With the Eight of Inspiration talks about communication, and the Page of Inspiration talks about good news. So I do feel there's going to be some communication from someone here. This could be over the internet, it could be an email that drops in your inbox, something like that, a DM. There's going to be some sort of information that is dropped to you that is going to be really good news here. And I do feel like this could even be, I'm hearing a collaboration, that's a message that is coming through here. There's going to be some sort of possible collaboration for some of you. So you might be getting like spotted, and you know, someone who you really admire might have noticed you. So especially if you are some sort of influencer online, or it could even be within a job, you know, a higher up boss, you know, has noticed you, enjoys your work, appreciates your work, likes your ideas, likes your energy and your creativeness here, and is wanting to help you out in some way, wanting to give you a leg up. I'm hearing, you know, a transition into something new, a step up, and it will require you to walk away from something here. It will require you to leave something behind, but this is definitely going to be something that is more beneficial for you. The Seven of Inspiration here, this is a bit like being challenged in competition. So I do feel like whatever this is, it's within a competitive field. There's some sort of area of competition around you. Your higher self again is assuring you that this is protected here, but you are going to have some people feeling some kind of way towards this, especially with the Seven of Voices. There's people around you or someone around you who is not going to be happy with this transition you're making, not going to be happy with this opportunity that you are going to be receiving here. So be mindful of that. Keep your head down is a message that is coming through here. Keep your head down and don't get involved in any drama or anyone trying to bring you down, because I'm hearing that there might be someone who is intentionally trying to make you look bad with this Seven of Voices. And we can see here we've got the two foxes there, okay, which foxes can talk about being sly with something. And if we can see here, there's that woman wearing a fox's head. So there's definitely someone here who won't be happy with this, and they might be like some sort of, they might come across like they're really friendly and bubbly and happy for you, but just use your own discernment here. This could be a water sign, because we do have the Queen of Emotions underneath there, the Queen of Cups, a Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. It might not be, but I do feel like that's the energy that they embody. They do come across maybe quite soft and innocent, but it's like underneath the surface there's fireworks building, like fire building, like this energy of wanting, you know, to bring you down in some way. And this isn't a message to scare you. This is just your higher self wanting to make you aware of this, okay? Our higher selves do bring messages of truth, and sometimes they can feel maybe a bit hard hitting, but this is what your higher self wants you to know. And with the Knight of Inspiration here, your higher self wants you to know that whatever this is going to turn out better than you expected. You have the ability to to move forward with this. Okay, so just tap into your inner fire, your inner creativity, your inner passions. Just go for it, because there's some sort of adventure coming up here. Just ignore any noise from the sidelines, ignore any drama going on around you. Don't let anyone drag you into any drama, because yeah, it's interesting because they're now drawing me to this bridge here, and there's a bridge on this card as well. So for some of you, you might be traveling somewhere, maybe to a different state, a different city, or a different country even. For some of you, it might be overseas. Yeah, there's just something about a bridge transitioning, moving somewhere, and you're being encouraged to just go for it. Follow your inner passions here. And don't forget to set boundaries along the way. If someone does seem to be sweet and innocent, but you can feel with your intuitive hits here that there's something below the surface, just remember to keep an eye on them and set boundaries. You don't have to be mean to the person, but just keep an eye on them and just kind of like be wary of, you know, their true intentions as a message that is coming through. But this has been such a wonderful reading. I really hope that this has brought you some guidance, clarity moving forward. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Please give this reading a big thumbs up and hit subscribe if you haven't already. We would love to have you join this beautiful, growing family and community. If you do feel called to book a personal reading with me, you can find out all the information in the description box. Thank you for tuning in today. We hope to see you in our next reading. Take care of your lovely selves. Bye. Hi group 3, welcome to your reading if you selected this gorgeous Sunshine Aura Quartz crystal. This is your reading today for messages from your higher self. So we will be diving deep and tuning into your higher self and bringing through messages that your higher self wants you to know right now. I have already shuffled and pulled some oracle cards for you off camera that we will explore together in a moment. And of course, at the second half of your reading, we will be going and diving in and tapping into the tarot as well to bring through some more channeled messages for you, for your guidance for your current situation, and also situations going forward in your experiences as well. But to start your reading today, I'm being called to pull an empowerment card for you for your overall message that your higher self wants you to receive today. Can we get a message for group 3, collective higher self? What do they need to hear today? What do they need to know? Thank you. So we have go for everything they said you couldn't have. Okay, so you might be have experienced people around you that tell you that you can't have something. You may have grown up with people around you who, you know, told you that you can't have that, or maybe you're not even worthy of that, or that's just a feeling that you have within you. You might be someone who gives a lot to other people, and it's like your higher self is encouraging you to go for it, go for something here, go for what they said that you could never be, or what they said you could never do. I feel like your higher self really wants you to shock people and surprise people. Your higher self knows that you're more than capable of this, and that actually this is your destiny to go for whatever this is. And your higher self is in fact almost like giving you the green light there. On the bottom of the deck we do have be your own hero. So your higher self wants you to know that you are powerful just as you are. You know, you are capable just as you are. Okay, let's get stuck right into your reading today. See your first card. We have here quieting the mind, and that is the number 32. Number 32 might be relevant for you, significant, or the number 5. The number 5 does talk about change, so I do feel like there's a change on the horizon. Your higher self is wanting you to know that. So we'll see if that comes out again as we go on in your reading. We'll see if we can explore that a bit further. But yeah, the first card here, quieting the mind. Your higher self is wanting you to really take a step back to really quieten down here. If there's a lot of chaos going on around you, and to be honest, there's so much chaos going around on in the world right now, and it's like we could all do with this, we could all do with some time out, you know, even if it's just taking time off of social media, you know, checking the news, the headlines. Switch off from it. Your higher self is asking you to switch off from it. There's just a lot of busyness going on right now, a lot of hectic energy, and I feel like it's affecting you on some level, and your higher self is wanting to pull you out of that, so to speak, wanting to, you know, to get you to take a break from something. So this could just be the energies of the world, and I feel for a lot of you it is, and also I feel for others of you it's also other energies around you in your own personal life as well, you know, your inner circle, people around you talking in your ear constantly, or wanting your attention all the time, or ringing you or texting you all the time, or even your working life might just be busy. You know, you might have a family with kids. I completely understand it's not always easy, you know, to take hours out to meditate. Your higher self isn't asking you to necessarily do that. Just do whatever you can, you know, if you can take 2 minutes, 5 minutes, you know, in the back room, just close the door and just like center yourself, come back to yourself, quieten your mind. There's something here about turning off the busyness. Like I'm being shown someone's head, and it's got like a dial on it, like a volume dial or something, and it's like being turned down. So I do feel like you need to switch off from something here. Your higher self is really calling you to do that at this point, and quieten yourself, you know, chill, take a chill pill. This could, like I said, be external or internal, or even both. That's a strong message coming through here. We also have Unbound, that says releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past lives. Okay, so there's something that your higher self is asking you to release yourself from. There's something that you might have bound yourself to in a way. This could be a person, it could be a job, it could be a situation, it could be a label that you might be putting on yourself that is limiting you in some way. So just have a think about how that resonates for you in your personal situation. But your higher self is wanting you to know that you have attached yourself to something that is not serving you. Maybe it did at one point in time, maybe it was good for you at one time in your life, but for now, because we have a change that's coming in here for you, you have to let whatever this is go, or you have to just unattach yourself from it. You know, I'm seeing someone with like a shoelace and just pulling it and undoing it and unraveling it like a ribbon or something. It's like, yeah, there's something that, you know, you might even be emotionally connected to it, I'm hearing, for some of you. And it might be hard for you to remove yourself or to separate yourself in some way. And for some of you, it might not even be, if it is a connection, for example, it might not be that you have to remove that person or connection from your life. It's just maybe you've got too wrapped up in whatever this is. You've got too wrapped up in the connection, or you've got too wrapped up in a situation, or even some sort of drama, or some sort of altercation, or something that you're just too tightly wound up in, and your higher self is wanting you to unravel and break free from that. That there might be a pattern you've got into here with releasing soul patterns, and it's like a pattern that is feeling comfortable to your soul. And I'm also hearing South Node and North Node, so look into your birth chart if you know your South Node and your North Node. I feel like your higher self is really wanting you to follow your North Node right now, because ultimately this is our life, what's the word? This is our life kind of like mission, I suppose, in a way, to step into our North Node, because our South Node is our comfort zone. It's our South Node is what we were in a previous life, like whatever sign, you know, that South Node falls in, for example, Libra, Gemini, Sagittarius, whatever our South Node is, that's our comfort zone, and that's the energy and the sign that we were following in a previous life. And it's almost like your higher self wants you to step out of that and follow your North Node. So your North Node sign, find what that is and find that the purpose of that North Node and step into that energy. And you'll probably find, I know from me and myself, with when I found out my North Node and my South Node, and I was very much in my South Node. My South Node is the same sign as my Sun sign, and I was very much comfortable in that energy. And I was like, oh my gosh, I don't know if I can embody my North Node. And you know what, I had to push myself and I had to do it, and I am following my North Node right now. And although it's uncomfortable at the beginning, it does get more and more comfortable the more that you do it, and it actually is very freeing, and it actually gives you so much more fulfillment in life, and actually an increase in positive things around you. So an increase in energy, and an increase in synchronicities and things, you know, flowing a lot more better and a lot more easier. And again, with the unbound, it's like unbinding yourself from something so that you can flow freely as an energy that is coming through here. And also there might be some soul contracts that you have that are outdated, that you don't need anymore. So make sure that you are, you know, declaring with your higher self that, you know, you want to break free from any contracts that are not serving you anymore, especially if you have a connection or some sort of cycle that keeps repeating that is unpleasant, that you don't want to be in anymore. Tap into your higher self and just declare that you want this soul contract to end, and you know, you want to break free from that and unbind yourself from that, because there does seem an energy of something from past lives seeming to be affecting something at this point in time. We then do have blessed change, exactly what I was saying about the number 5 there. There's definitely a change coming here for you. A major life change brings you great blessings. Fantastic, we love to see it. Exactly, when you unbound yourself, you follow your North Node, is this analogy that's coming through here. You know, remember me saying things flow easier, more blessings open up to you, things become more effortless, you know, the noise quietens a little, and you know, it's not always instantaneous, but the more you follow that, the more you follow your calling and the voice of your soul, the more things do start to align, and the more smoother things do start to go. And that's not to say you won't have challenges. We're all human, we're all here to learn and evolve, and the best way to learn and evolve is to go through challenges, unfortunately, just the way that it is. But yeah, there's some sort of change, major change coming up for you, and it's going to be for your highest good. It's going to be great. You know, even if it might not be at the start, it might turn you upside down a little bit, because I'm being drawn to this mermaid being upside down. It is going to be great in the end. So just let yourself flow with it, okay? We then have miracles, ancient wisdom. Wow, yeah. The number 39 might be significant for you, or the number 12 might be significant for you, or the number 3. So take that how it resonates. But miracles, yeah, miracles are abound. Miracles, some sort of miracle is coming through in your life. And I do feel like this change is going to feel like some sort of miracle. They're bringing me back to here. Go for everything they said you couldn't have. I feel like you're going to achieve something. I feel like you're going to be noticed for something. You're going to be recognized for something here. And it's like you might have people trying to cling onto you. You might have people trying to bring you back down, or trying to keep you in that small little box that they may have put you in. But there's definitely, you're going to be tapping into a wisdom within you here. You might even be starting some sort of something new, like a new hobby, or even a new career like direction. You might be stepping into a different career completely, or taking on a different role than you've been in before. But it's something that, you know, that uses your talents and skills that you learn in past lives. That is something coming through, and your higher selves want you to, you know, trust is a message that's coming through. We then have regeneration here. So yeah, there's definitely something falling away. I do feel like there's something that, you know, has really not been easy for you in your past or recent past, or even in the present for some of you. Something very uncomfortable has maybe broken down, and it may have been quite difficult, sad, heartbreaking for some of you. Challenging is a word I'm hearing. Just some sort of, you know, throwing you out of balance in some way, causing some sort of chaos or turmoil. But your higher self is wanting you to know that it is all for a greater good, and things are going to transition and smoothen out and, you know, work out for the best, is definitely a reassuring message that is coming out for you. So they want you to know that although things might look scary here, you know, we've got this kind of like lava rock with like this lava kind of bubbling out underneath the surface, like this molten lava, magma kind of stuff there. There's this tree that is still growing, and there's flowers that are blooming on there. And with the flowers being blue here, it reminds me of like the throat chakra here. And also emotions as well. So make sure that you're letting your emotions out, okay? Don't cling on to them. Let yourself feel anything that comes up or may have come up. You know, there might be something from the past that you've not quite healed yet, or you've been doing some healing here, and you know, you're doing really well, and you're going to be fine, you're going to be okay. We then have the skunk spirit coming through. Know your worth, okay? So your higher self wants you to really appreciate your value and recognize your value, and don't be afraid to let other people know your value. You know, if you are in a job or you feel you are underpaid, overworked, step up and say, you know, speak with your, I'm not saying like charge into your manager's office, knock the door down and demand a pay rise. I'm not saying that, because you know, you might get fired. And nobody wants that. I don't want that to happen for you. But you know your worth, and ask in you know, a reasonable way. You know, can I, you know, please have a pay rise? This is all the work I'm doing. I haven't had a pay rise for like 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, even ever for some of you. And it's like knowing your worth, and also knowing your worth with connections around you as well, and people that come into your life, and the way people treat you as well as a message coming through. The number 54 or the number 9 might be relevant to you here. That's just a message that was highlighted to me. But yeah, there's something about leaving your mark on something as well. I feel like you leave your mark wherever you go. You leave your mark and you leave your energy. Like, I do feel like people enjoy your energy, and it's almost like they might want to take your energy in some way and kind of like keep it. Do you remember me saying about, was it for you I said about calling your energy back? But it's almost like, yeah, calling your energy back here to yourself, and anyone who may have taken your energy here, call it back to yourself, and understand that you don't have to be constantly giving out to other people, is a message that is coming through. But let's get into the tarot here and see what messages want to come out for you. We are using the Muse Tarot today, and we're going to tap into your higher self to bring any more messages for you of guidance for a current situation or going forward as well. So I have just split the deck to the 6 of Inspiration, also known as the 6 of Wands, and the Chariot card. This is incredibly powerful. This is such beautiful energy I'm receiving here. The 6 of Wands does talk about recognition, rewards, being successful with something, and I was picking up on that energy towards the beginning of your reading. I do feel like you're going to be noticed for something, and it's like, go for everything they said you couldn't have. You are going to achieve it if you let yourself go for it, if you let yourself, you know, unbind yourself from any limitations that you might have placed on yourself or other people might have placed on you. And it's almost like you're going to be recognized for something here. You're going to achieve something. You are going to be incredibly successful. It does talk about even fame as well, you know, really being seen and noticed for something. And also we have the Chariot, which talks about determination and moving forward. It talks about confidence and ambition. So I do feel like, you know, your higher self is asking you to step up into your confidence and step into your determination that you do hold within you to go after something here, to really go after your dreams, go after what it is that you want to be known for. So, you know, when you get to the end of your life, what do you want to have been known for? That is a message that is coming through from your higher self, and your higher self is encouraging you to go for it, okay? Because you are more than capable. And I do feel like you're going to prove a lot of people wrong here, okay? Can we get some messages of guidance for group number 3 from their higher self, please? What does the higher self want them to know? Whoa. Put them back. What does the higher self want them to know? Group number 3, please. Thank you. We did have a card flip over. Let me find it. Did we? Pretty sure we did. Yeah. Oh my gosh, here it is. I've got it. Oh wow, we've got the 8 of materials, also known as the 8 of pentacles. Yeah, whatever it is you've been working on, keep going. Seven of voices, 7 of swords. The Hanged Muse, the Sun, and the 8 of emotions, also known as the 8 of cups coming through there. We have the Page of voices on the bottom of the deck. Okay, so let's see what we have here. So your higher self, there's a strong energy here of not selling yourself short. That's a real strong energy I'm getting here. Not self-sabotaging something. I feel like you're not seeing your worth in some area of your life. You're not seeing how amazing you are at something, how capable you are at something, how, you know, you are able to achieve whatever it is that you want, okay? You are able to come out of the darkness, come out of anything that has literally torn you down, or broken you down. You know, I'm hearing like dark night of the soul, you know, going through something really heavy here. You're able to transition out of that, you're able to move out of that, and you're able to achieve whatever it is that you set your mind to here with the 8 of materials. So it's like you might have been, some of you might have been going back to studying, doing some sort of studying or training yourself up in some way. It talks about hard work, you know, a time of hard work. So whether that's what you have been doing already or whether this is something that is coming up for you, take it how it resonates for you. Your higher self wants you to really dig deep and really go after something here. Really put your heart, your energy into something here. Don't let yourself talk yourself out of anything here with the 7 of voices. I feel like you might have an idea of yourself, or it's kind of like a warped idea, a misconstrued idea of, and I think it's strongly to do with your capabilities here. With the Hanged Muse here, there's this energy of going within and seeing something from another perspective. I'm also hearing epiphany. I do feel like there's going to be some sort of epiphany moment coming up here. If you are struggling for any direction in life, unsure about where you want to go or where you want to be, I do feel like there's going to be a period where you are going to have some sort of epiphany moment with something here. And it's going to illuminate something. You're going to have something illuminated to you, especially here with the Sun. It's like you're going to, once you break through any energies of self-sabotage or lack of confidence or unbinding yourself from something, someone, people, places, things, you're going to open yourself up to a world of fruitfulness, a world of blessings, a world of abundance. The Sun is the happiest card in the tarot deck. You know, it's a great card to receive. And we do have with the Eight of Emotions here, the Eight of Cups, there's something that you're needing to walk away from. And with this kind of like black hole energy here, I do feel like there's something sucking something from you, like sucking your energy from you, draining you in some way. It's almost like a black hole, yeah, just like there's just like nothingness there. I do feel like there might be something around you that might be making you feel a little bit hollow, a little bit numb in some way, and it's like your higher self is calling you to transition from that, and it's letting you know that you will move on from this, you will evolve, you will regenerate here. There's definitely some sort of regeneration taking place. And if we see here, we've got the quieting the mind with like that yoga pose with the crossed legs, and on the Sun card we have the similar sort of pose there with crossed legs. It's like taking time out to center yourself, to really tune in to your passions. I'm being drawn to the solar plexus area. Solar plexus, you know, really tuning into what excites you, what gives you energy and motivation. I do feel like you're going to be getting an influx of energy once you walk away from anything who is sucking your energy, anything that is draining your energy, anything that has attached itself to you. Once you walk away from that, you unbind yourself, you're going to be hit with this influx of energy, like this burst of sun. We can see here all this yellow. It's really going to flip your world upside down. And with the Page of Voices here, it's like being honest with yourself about something as well. Being truthful with yourself. Using your mind, your mental agility, along with your creative passions and your realistic productivity is a message coming through. So, you know, have high expectations, but take baby steps with it. Don't overwhelm yourself is another message that is coming through here. The Two of Materials, yeah, I do feel like you're going to have to start balancing something here, and you will be able to bring things back into balance. You're going to be able to achieve that. We then have the Star card there. You know, you're going to be noticed, you're going to be seen. We did see the Six of Wands earlier talking about public success, and the Star can also talk about that as well. So it's like fame, fortune, recognition, and also healing as well. Okay, open yourself up to healing. I do feel like as soon as you unbind yourself, I feel like there's some sort of drain on you somewhere. You're going to be able to be healed in some area as well. So remember to go for everything that they said you couldn't have. Prove them wrong, Group 3. Prove them wrong. I'm so excited for you. And also here we've got this sunshine aura quartz here, and we've got the sun. So it's like stepping into this beautiful bright energy. You know, you are a bright diamond, I'm hearing, and you are meant to shine. Okay. So that has been such gorgeous messages. Thank you so much for tuning in today. Please give this reading a big thumbs up and hit subscribe if you haven't already. We would love to have you join this beautiful growing community, and it truly helps out the channel as well. Please feel free to comment how this reading resonated for you. I love to catch up with you. And if you do feel called to book a personal reading with me, you can find out all the information in the description box. Thank you so much for tuning in today. We hope to see you in our next reading. Take care of your lovely selves. Bye.